got some new information tonight as friends, family, and a community honor the life of a music legend today. And they recalled his love for choir and harmony. Johnny Mann died peacefully at age 85 earlier this month, and today the Anderson community that he called home said goodbye.
And of course, they did it in the best way that they knew how, with song. As these voices come together in harmony, they remember the man who held them all together.
I idolized him, but he didn't like that, of course, so I didn't treat him any different than I would a good friend.
Doug Douglas says John Mann was his choir partner, that the Grammy Award-winning recording artist and composer Johnny Mann, who arranged music scores for Hollywood, formed the Johnny Mann Singers, performed for the president, and was the voice of Theodore on The Alvin Show, preferred to go by John here in Anderson.
It's a challenge sitting next to a world-class singer and me trying to sing notes that he's listening to. Very, very difficult.
Mann told Douglas it was his mother who made him practice as a boy, but once he grew up, he was glad she forced it.
John not only could he write music and direct music and compose music, but he just lived it, and it was part of his heart you were hearing.
Douglas says Mann could play any song he'd heard before. He didn't even need the piano in front of him to hear the music in his head as he composed.
That One Nation Under God was written right after he heard they wanted to take Under God out of our Pledge of Allegiance. He said, and he went home and he wrote that song in 1 hour and 45 minutes, notes and words.
The songs sang throughout today's ceremony were Mann's favorites. It's singing side by side with his best friend John. Douglas will miss the most.
There's a fellowship beyond friendship, more family, more like a brother.
Now, Mann played a big role in the music department at Anderson University, even composing the school's centennial alma mater. And in his honor, the president of the school announced today that their music department will now be called the Johnny Mann Center for Commercial Music.
And that just doesn't happen to anyone.
Definitely not. And it was cool. The president was talking about all these different stories of how he actually, Johnny Mann, directed some of the students as they were playing and as they were singing, and those kids have just amazing memories of such a legend.
And I think a lot of people just don't realize that he was one of the Chipmunks. I mean, I watched the old 60s shows when I was younger, and it's like, oh, that's him.
Right.
And once his obituary went out, and once we found out all that information, it's like, oh, it's like you put a whole lot
of stuff through Hollywood. I'm sure if we heard it now and heard the connection, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.